Hey everyone, so we are going to begin to build a landing page, and in relation to the previous lessons, make sure you watch those lessons first because you really want to know what your aim of your landing page is. Now, old school websites, as we've already mentioned, are not as effective as a one-page website called a landing page. Now, why is that? Well, because most people are browsing websites now on their mobile phones, on their cell phones, and they don't want to be clicking around multiple different pages and multiple different links. You want to have all the pertinent information all on one page. And also, when you run an advertisement on Instagram or Facebook or Google or somewhere else, you want to make sure the landing page is exactly what they're expecting from the advert that you're running. So if you're expecting to land on a stage hypnotist's website page, landing page, words are used interchangeably, then that's exactly what you should expect. So you don't want to run a Facebook ad for a comedy stage hypnosis show only then to land on a website that talks all about clinical hypnotherapy and hypnosis shows and something else because it doesn't speak the language of what your advertisement was and it might just bounce you off. So I'm going to take you over the shoulder in this video and I'm going to be showing you probably over a couple of videos just how easy and how quickly it is to build a landing page. Now, my client is Eric Esquire from Arizona. I'm going to be building the page or the landing page slash website inside of his follow-up Spark. You can obviously build a landing page any way you want to. You could use WordPress, you could use Wix, you could use ClickFunnels, you could use lead pages. There are many pros and cons to using all of these different services. I personally find Follow Up Spark the best because we can integrate our forms, our chat widgets, our clients, our CRMs, our leads, and I can show you how to do that a bit later on. But initially, I've just logged in and I'm sitting on an empty dashboard on a brand new account. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down till I see funnels and websites. Now, just for a second here, I'm going to create a website, but what if I wanted to create a funnel? What's the difference? Well, go ahead and look at the page on how to create a funnel and also what is a funnel. So basically, a funnel is a page that requires you to do something to go to the next page. So a funnel is a series of pages where you have to do something for each different step. A classic example would be a funnel is selling or promoting an ebook. So step one promotes the ebook. Step two, enter name and address and go to page two. Page two delivers the ebook and then upsells you another product. So and takes the payment. So that's a funnel. So a website is more of a traditional website. But like I said, we call websites landing pages because when you advertise your website, people land on the page. And the more simple the page, the better it is. So here we are, we click on websites, and there's just a template in here, but we're going to create a new one from scratch. So we are going to create one from scratch, and we are going to call it Hypnosis Show website. Now just know this, that in your account, you're not going to see a massive template library, but we're happy to put some templates into your account. Just ask and we'll let you know what the options are. I find it easier to create one from scratch. So create website. So now we're going to create a website from scratch. And the first thing we want to do is we have absolutely nothing. So we are going to click on add new page. So again, name for this particular page, well, it's the home page. So we'll say home. This is the home page. We don't have to give it a path name. Everything else we do because this is going to be the main home page and there is actually only one page. So now you're just given this little blank square. And now we're just going to click on this little orange tab for edit. So we go ahead and we're going to enter into the editor. This is the editor. Now, the first thing that happens in the editor is choose what kind of page you want. Do you want small, medium, wide, or full width? Most of the time, 90% of the time, you want it full width, and it's going to resize itself depending on what kind of device somebody is browsing on. So we want a full width website. And so now we have just created a full width website, but of course there's nothing on it. So the next step it's prompting us to do is to add a row. So we want to add a row, okay? Do we want one column, two columns, 3, 4, 5, 6? So depending on your style, for example, if we went 5 columns, we would immediately have 5 things like this. I'm just gonna go back because actually I just want one column. What do I want in this column? So just imagine now this website is now starting to have containers. So full page, one column, and let's add an element. So you're always gonna have main page, column, and an element. Don't let this confuse you. It becomes easy, but as you click on one, it basically tells you what it is, right? So we're gonna add an element, and now we get to choose, do we want to put in a headline, a subheader, a paragraph, a bullet, a series of buttons, a form, video, image, do we want to add a map? Well, right out the gate, what I like to personally do, to give it some style, I'm actually going to create sort of like a nice header, image, right? I like to keep things nice and clean, like Apple. So if you think about what Apple do, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to add a headline. So here comes the headline, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then add a nice divider. So it's going to be a headline and a divider. Now I could actually move this up, down, or edit. So when you actually hover your mouse into something, you can actually then edit it. Whatever your mouse is clicking on, for example, I'm clicking on the divider, I could actually right away do all kinds of things with this divider. I could make it thicker, I could move it up, I could move it down, I could pad it out, I could create a margin, like, moving it up and down. There's so many things I can do with this. For now, we're just going to keep it nice and standard. So this is a divider. Now, if I wanted to, I could just clone this divider, clone. So now I have 2 dividers. I've just cloned one. And if I wanted to, I could have one above and one below this headline that I just created, right? So I am going to put in a headline, and I'm actually going to make it somewhat similar to this, but because this is a website I'm going to work on, so I'm just going to make this look way better than what this one currently is. So I'm going to copy, edit, paste and match the style. So now just by pasting and matching the style, I'm getting the same sort of font, right? So I can save it. Now I don't have to put in the meta tags, the SEO at this point, but it's not a bad idea just to sort of start to give it a page title and a description, maybe throw in there a keyword, more about SEO in different lessons. But for now, look how simple this is. But if I click on save, this is now saved on the internet. So if I wanted to preview this, see what it looks like, this is what it looks like online. All of a sudden, we now have a really classy looking nice header, right? So already we're starting to have this take shape. Now, what do I want to do next? Well, I can go to one of these pluses again and add another element. I'm going to add, main image is just a big image without text, right? So this client has sent me an image that I can put in there. So how do I get the image? Well, I upload it into my image library. How do I do that? Well, he sent it to me on Dropbox, but all I'm going to do is click here and download this image. Here it is, downloading. And I'm going to upload it right here. So just click on upload. Once the image is uploaded, all I have to do is select it. Boom. And it's going to put it exactly where we want it. And you know what? I noticed on his there, it says Hypnotic Entertainment as a subheader. So let's put in a subheader right under his name. Here we go, up to the top, subheading. We're going to call this, I'm going to use the same text that he had for his main name, but I'm going to call it Hypnotic Entertainment. Now you see that looks a little bit scrunched up, so what you can do, you can click inside of any one of these elements. I'll use this one, his header, and down here you'll see you have an ability to move the margins up or down and move the headers up or down. So I can literally move stuff up or down. So I'm going to move it down like this, and now it doesn't look so scrunched. And if I save it, and I quickly look up what we did so far and just refresh this, you can see now what's live on the internet is we're starting to get a nice looking page. And actually, it's starting to get more of a landing page feel to it, right? So all this stuff that he's done here, we definitely don't want all this stuff. Now I do see, and we're going to copy this link, I do see he's got a 2021 promo sitting here like this. All right, so now we are going to add a video, but instead of actually putting the video right under this image, I'm going to add a paragraph of text. Don't worry, we'll change this in a minute. Then I will add a video, and this video, I could actually have the video first, of course. Some people argue that the video should be above the fold, but look, I just copied his video, and you know what? It should be above the fold. So look, all I have to do is move this video up by clicking this up or down arrow, and we can always move it later on. And now you see, here's where the video is going to go. Let's move this up. This is going to be a paragraph that sits right in here, and then we're going to move down to the image. So now we're not having this horrible scrolling thing going on. So let's take some of his text, which hopefully is here. Yeah, so we're going to copy this. Just copy it. Go back to what we're actually working on here. Okay. I'm going to paste it. Paste and match the style. Nice and simple. And this will correct all the typos, of which there are many, after a lifetime of training with world-renowned hypnotists, magicians, mentalists, and kahunas. Eric Esquire's created a comedy show before, enjoying a unique blend, everyday folks to comedy. Yeah, so this is good. Correct the grammar real fast. So now we have some text. It doesn't look too good at the moment. So what we're going to do is just highlight it. See if we can't just make it look nicer. And now we can get this paragraph, and we can increase the font size. So now it's 18 font. I could, if I wanted to, put an icon there, change the colors, change the type of font. I can do all kinds of stuff in here, but for now, let's just run with this just slightly bigger. And we could actually have and use the same sort of headline font as the headline, which I'm going to select. Could even have a nice little icon, info. Let's just put like a little, there we go. It just is, and we can add or remove this to our heart's content. Let's just take that off. So you could actually jazz this up a little bit. Is there anything else we want to do? Yes, I want to change the padding. I'm going to make it a little bit more centered in line. See how it's a bit more centered and the numbers start to move. Let's see. Don't worry too much how they look at the moment. It's going to look fine on our preview. So now we have a really nice sort of introductory title, video, some information about the act, another image, which actually we can take this, you know what we can do, and this is the beauty of this, like I can add something here, and now I can do that featured image, this one, image feature, and now what I can do, since I've already uploaded that image, I could decide, actually I don't want that big image right next to that big video, but I can put his image there, and now what I could do is take this info here, copy this, and actually I might decide that this is going to work better for me. Just paste it, and I can change the fonts, the text. As per last time, I could choose whatever I want to do with the letter spacing, the type of font, everything I could do in the other place, right? So at the moment, I'm just going to take all this and just copy it, and I'm going to go with this instead. So again, right on the fly, you can very quickly create a really nice looking landing page. Someone came here for hypnotic entertainment, and that's exactly the information that they're receiving, which is all about hypnotic entertainment. Now I can actually make this image bigger if I wanted to by saying let's go 300. Let's go 500. Oops, don't want to do this, it's all squashed in. So let's see if we can't get this to look even better. Height 300, height 200. Let's play around with it. That's actually better. 300, boom, like that. There we go. Nice. And then of course I can adjust anything else on the left, like the padding. See how I'm moving the text a bit, moving the image a little bit more inside. Of course, the margins, the headlines, the desktop text font, make that a bit bigger. Let's have 18 like that. Yeah, I can literally play around with this, get it to how I want it, get it looking nice, and I'm going to pop this up here. So just play around with it. And of course I'm going to delete this because we already have that. I'm now having his image there instead. I'm going to take the big one out because, you know, we don't want too many pictures. So right now what we've got is, if I just save this, very quickly, if I preview it, we've gone from the main picture, which we could still use, it doesn't take long to just fiddle around and get it looking nice. But now what we've got is the headline, a video, and a bio of the entertainer, of the act. And I can just play with this. As I see, it's a little bit off center, so I can actually get this image coming back to the left-hand side a little bit, just by changing the padding over here a little bit more. See that? So now the padding is going to match the video. And actually in here, and this is just my preference, I like to put little dividers in there. And I like to put a little divider here. It just makes it look nice. Okay, so now, what other kind of things would we want? Well, you see how this one is all really confusing. There's too much stuff. He has a form on there. So there is a way to fill out a form and go ahead and book. There's a ton of sort of images that really all look the same to me, so we can add more images if we wanted to. This really says here, confusing it between clinical and stage. We're going to keep it all about the stage. So that homepage, we've already got it looking nicer. The blogs and video, we're not going to worry about. The booking online is just that form. The about us is the stuff we've already got. See how this is confusing, and we're going to make it easy. So what we're going to do is literally add a form so that people know how to get in touch, rather than have a separate tab, which is, we don't want that. We're just going to add a form. The good thing about this, you just literally choose which form you want. Well, what we want is our show inquiry form. After all, people want to book him for a show. Do we need to do anything else? No, they're going to fill out this form. That's all they need to do. The less you have someone to do on here, the more effective this would be. So, I'm going to put another little divider. Do we need to put a map? No. But could we put some testimonials? We would do if the person has some testimonials. So let's see what our other options are. We could do another headline, another subheader, another paragraph, bullets. We could actually have a button, although we don't need one because we have a form. Another video, some more images if we wanted to. Calendar, in this case, we don't need to put a calendar, but if we wanted people to book appointments, we would put a calendar. We don't need a map because it's not location based. Maybe we need reviews, but we're not sure if he's hasn't got any reviews yet, so we don't want any reviews there because we only want to add reviews if we actually have a review. So could we add anything else to make this look nice? Yeah, we could add some more images. For example, let's talk about what a stage show looks like. So let's do the image feature. And instead of having it going this way, let's actually change the direction of where the image is going to be. And in here, we can have the image on the left or the image on the right. So image text or text image. So that breaks it up. And now we're going to say, about the show. Okay. Now, is there anything else we want to get about what he said about the show? Services, perhaps. Let's have a look. A truly magical blend of hypnotism and a couple of. Let's just get this for now. Unfortunately, that's all on the same line. So let's get this. We are going to paste and match the style. Edit, paste and match style. Okay, truly a magical blend of hypnosis, comedy, and mentalism. What else was written on there? It's really just a bunch of basic tags. But you see how all of a sudden, in less than, I'm not sure how long this video is running, we have developed very quickly a much easier landing page, right? Much easier. And we're going to make this look pretty in a minute. So, a truly magical blend of hypnosis, comedy, and mentalism. The show is awesome for, I'm going to put comedy clubs, comma, cruise lines, comma, college, high school events, comma, corporate events, fairs, parties, lectures, and more. All right, so go back to the Dropbox. Going to be looking at grabbing another image. So let's go ahead and see what else we've got in here. I know there was some action shots, I believe. Let's just see what we've got. I think it's this one. Well, we could run with that. 18, 19, 20. There, look at that action shot. Perfect. We want this action shot. It's already a PNG. All we have to do is download it. It downloads as a PNG. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is go to where I can add the image right here and go ahead and upload another image. The image is going to be in my downloads in just 1 second. There it is. And that would be perfect to use in this description area. Once it's uploaded, just click on it. Boom. Would we like it any bigger? Yes, so we can play around with this. Okay. And what style is this? This is, let's see. This was, the headline font size is 24. Desktop text font size is 18. So this is 18 and that's 24. So we'll just go this right here. Headline is 24. This stuff right here is 18. It's already remembered it. And here's some info about the show. Let's just put another divider there. And now save this. Look how slick this is going to be. And just before we go, I am going to put a main big image here. And of course, we are just now going to grab another one out of Dropbox. Let's see what else we've got in this. Oh, that's quite good. What else we got? Let's just put a nice stylish one. That's the one we've got for the thumbnail. Right here. Looks like there's a couple that are all the same. Oh, there's a logo. So we use that one just as a little one. So let's just see what else is here. 8. Ah, there we go. Let's use that. However, what else is there? Yeah. I think I like to go with this. Rounds it off nicely, right? So again, let's just download that. It downloads. I'm going to put that image right there by uploading it just to my file area. Okay. It was that one. Upload it. See how easy this is? And you can move elements around, you can adjust them, you can edit them, you can play around with them. Super, super easy. It's not difficult. I am going to put just another little divider down here, and I'm going to flush this out. There might be another video on a little bit more additions to this. I am going to make this a little bit bolder. I am going to save it. And there's a few things we can do extra, of course, on the page. We can create a pop-up. We can obviously look at our sections, rows, and columns, which is what we initially created. We can, of course, preview it. We can look at all the settings on the page. We can see what it looks like on mobile. Oh, it looks good on mobile. Look at that. See how what I mean about these images and how they work. Look how nice that, and with a nice form to fill out. That's what it's going to look like on a phone. Truly magical experience. Yeah, this is looking sharp, right? So back onto desktop. We've saved it. The only thing else I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of here real quick. Now I want to add the chat widget. So one of the ways to add this chat widget is you go into your Follow-Up Spark account or whatever your provider is for your chat widgets, and literally grab this code, copy the code. Okay, copy the code. I'm going to go back to this website. Right in here, I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to paste that code right here. Paste, and that's so that our chat widget will show up. So now, if I to preview this, we should get our chat widget is live and ready. There we are, look, see, there's our chat widget. So most people are going to use this chat widget and they're going to want to fill this out to know more about the show. But look, as you can see very quickly here, if we advertise about Erica Squire Hypnotic Entertainment, we are immediately going to get a beautiful video playing.
Hello, my name is Eric Esquire, and
Right, we're going to get a beautiful video playing. We're going to get information about the artist. We're going to get a way to book the act, a show inquiry form, all the details about getting the show booked, information about the show, so I definitely would want to edit this area. And then we could have a couple of images. Obviously, we'd have some reviews. But right now, we have the basics of a website based on simply what we did in here. And then, of course, we can clone this page. We can add a product to it and start charging people. We can, in our settings, choose a domain for this website. At the moment, we don't have a domain installed, but to install a domain, so at the moment it's going to sit on a temporary follow-up Spark domain. But in order for you to bring your own domains into follow-up Spark from GoDaddy, just click on Domains in Settings, click on Add New Domain, and just follow the instructions here. Super, super easy. You put in your website name, and then you put this on GoDaddy, if that's where your domain is, and then your domain will appear in the list, and then your website will be sitting on the domain that you have purchased inside of GoDaddy. So hopefully you found that useful, and hopefully you can see it as quick as that. This is how we've got this page up and running. Of course, it shows you the pages, the stats of how many visitors visited the page. Obviously, we've had 3 test looks at the page in the preview. There's only 1 new unique visitor because that was me just looking at it. We haven't made any sales because we don't have any products attached to this page, and it's not sitting on a domain name yet because we haven't actually added the domain, but everything else is good to go. So when we look at this page, we can click here to edit, and we can click here to launch the viewer and go immediately into seeing our handiwork. And I think this is very respectable so far and very functional. And here, of course, is the chat widget. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you on the next one.